The 1930s, a time when people in the old US of A were really going through it. Still facing a stock market crash from the decade prior. The Great Depression. And not to mention the whole world was at war. But some good also came from the 30s. In a place not many people paid attention to. A small comic magazine hit newsstands in June 1938. And it changed the world of pop culture forever. And not long after that, Detective Comics, issue number 27, hit shelves. In 1939, the world came face to face with the next absolute media giant, Batman. They both respectively received their own titles, as they were unbelievably successful. All their success eventually culminated in a collab book titled World's Best Comics, which was later renamed to The World's Finest Comics in 1941, in which the two heavy hitters of DC would combine their talents to solve crimes and kick ass. This meeting revolutionized the world of comics, opening the door for other collaborations down the line, from the JSA to the JLA. From then on, they took over the world. Now you can't go anywhere without seeing one of their logos plastered everywhere. But before they met face to face on the silver screen in Batman vs Superman, they met face to face for the first time in the comics. And in issue 18 of 2022's World's Finest run by Mark Waid, we get to explore the secret origin of the world's finest team. One night in Gotham, 6 million cash is stolen from a vault. The man behind it keeps leaving riddles behind after his crimes. The photographer at the crime scene asks if a certain person has seen it, because if anyone can solve it, it's him. In Metropolis, Jimmy Olsen, Clark's best friend, shows him the crime scene photos the Riddler has left behind. He left behind clues, but they're in a foreign language. It's Kryptonese, the language of his homeworld. Commissioner Gordon is up late at night researching the mysterious language when he hears a familiar cape sound. But it's not the usual Cape Crusader. Superman! He asks about the man who made the riddle. Gordon informs him who the Riddler is, and he explains that the language is from his homeworld. Nobody should know it on Earth. He has also heard a rumour of a vigilante that dresses like a bat and that specialises in these kind of crimes. But they have no way of contacting him. It's not like Gordon has some sort of signal. But that's not a bad idea though. But Soups suddenly zooms off, saying he's closer than I figured. Eavesdrop much, Batman? Welcome to Gotham, Superman. He asks Soups to translate the riddle for him. Poor people have it, rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. What is it? Nothing. Afraid not. No. The answer is nothing, Batman says back. Apparently over the last 2 weeks, people have been disappearing at random. Batman thinks this has something to do with it. While they're chatting, a crime is being committed. Batman saves the falling men and captures the bad guy, while Superman pulls the chassis from the getaway car, crippling it, stopping the other criminals. Superman thanks him for the teamwork, and Bat just says don't get used to it, cause I work alone. But Superman goes on to say that they need to work together. If someone knows Kryptonian language, they're more likely as strong as him. So they're on the same side now. So he asks who's under the mask, but Batman says you first. He was hardly born as Superman. He speaks with an ordinary Midwestern accent, likely Kansas. He tells him he's been watching him, and people assume he's Superman 24/7, but he's been keeping notes. Superman tends to be seen a lot less during American office hours, I'm guessing you have a day job, he asks. Let's get back to the Riddler, he replies, not very happily. Batman takes off and says he'll be in touch. Elsewhere, Riddler seems to be getting tortured by some unknown entity into doing its dirty work. But back at Wayne Manor, Alfred greets Bruce after one of his long nights again. But before Bruce can get any words out, Alfred begins to disappear. In a cafe in Gotham, Clark receives a call from his boss saying Bruce Wayne would like for him to personally go to his house and give an exclusive interview. Bruce never gives interviews. He doesn't have a choice on the matter. He asks for Clark by name. Mr. Wayne, Mr. Kent, won't you come in? I'll be right with you. After leaving Clark waiting for 30 minutes in his living room, he bursts in saying, let's cut to the chase, Superman. Clark has never been in so much shock as he is in this moment right now. Bruce confesses that he has better satellites than LexCorp and the military. He's been mapping his flight patterns in Metropolis for months, and he's noticed the majority of them begin or end at the Planet offices or a specific apartment building. Cross-referencing all that data with the Planet's personal data on Clark Kent, and boom, Clark Kent is Superman. Clark tries to brush it off, but Bruce says he should listen to a man wearing nose filters. Nose filters? What does that have to do with anything? Clark snaps back. I filled this room with an odorless knockout gas half an hour ago. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. He actually has a secret himself that he'd like to show Clark. But he knows. X-ray vision comes in handy. He asks why he told him. But Bruce says they don't have time, and he could have took a peek eventually. He can't cut about wearing a lead cowl. They need to focus and find out where all these missing people have gone. But Superman picks up something using his super hearing on a police radio. It's the Riddler, he's back. They suit up and prepare for whatever hits them. At Gotham Memorial Park, there's another riddle. I can get 1 for $1, 16 for $2, 256 for 3, and 1,519 for 4. What am I buying? Batman asks, is 1 written as a digit or a word? Digit, Supes replies. Then he has it. You're buying house numbers. Add them up and it's an address. Superman uses his X-ray vision on a boat with that number and sees him. The Riddler. They break in and start interrogating him. He must be working with someone unbelievably powerful. Otherwise he wouldn't know his language. But in the background, an invisible figure grabs Batman and drags him through a portal, punching Superman and sending him flying. Son of my jailer. Jax, it can't be. You're supposed to be trapped in the Phantom Zone. But he's just recently found someone to take his place. Well, everyone, that's it for Batman discovering Superman's identity. I hope you enjoyed this. I really did. It's Mark Waid's run on World's Finest Comics right now is one of the best going. The art is amazing. The story's amazing. It reminds me of the comics from old, and you can't go wrong with them. So let me know if you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, comment down below, let me know. Peace.